But this is already right off the bat, TLA showing that it's not going to be those 3 jungle bans.
Yeah, Twisted Fate banned away right away. LeBlanc banned away from Golden Glue. Again, very good on that champion. Kindred banned away from Diamond Prox. So again, Vladimir's still open. Team Liquid Academy might be the ones to pinch that right now.
Yeah, I think that you have to ban it as Apex, though. I think it's a first pick worthy champion that you will pick every time.
And there goes the Braum, taken away from Stunt. Pretty effective performance in that previous game. I think he had the most deaths on his team in that previous match by 1. But again, still very worthy performance. Yeah, there's the double jungle ban. Vladimir's still up, so the pinch out of Apex. That Elise could be a potential first pick.
That's actually really smart. This shows that you want to pick Evelynn again, because you ban Twisted Fate so that they can't see you with his ultimate. So they're just banning for Moon at this point. And because it's red side, you could easily pick a Twisted Fate into a composition that you were like, well, I think that's great. We'll last pick it if they pick Evelynn.
Yeah.
So they get counter pick, and that's why it's being banned out there. And the Evelynn ban.
Ban immediately. Team Liquid Academy have got that first pick, Vladimir, and it is locked in.
100% at that point. I think that you pick the Vladimir. They will probably take away Elise on the side of Apex. I expect them to, at least in this round.
Diamond Prox going to try to shut down Moon as Team Liquid Academy continue to play around their jungler, something they did with Dardoch way back in the day, and now they continue to do it in this sort of newer lineup with Moon. And again, the Azir being hovered by Diamond Prox, very high priority for Shifter. He had some pretty good damage in game number 1, but just wasn't able to make enough happen.
Yeah, and I think that it's a pick that if you pick it this early, I think you'd rather just pick a Victor.
Yeah, because then what's the purpose of the counter pick? They are on red side right now.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be a Vladimir mid. Like, you can pick, you can pick that into Vladimir with the wall and stop him. You can pick a Nivea into Vladimir, which is the pick that we've been seeing against Vladimir and Swain. Just not because of the lane phase, but because of the team fighting. And that's the big thing, is people are like, oh, it's a counter. It's a counter in the team fights. It's not a counter in the lane phase.
Yeah, and there's the Elise and Azir locked in. Apex prioritizing that mid-jungle combo. And they seem to finally get it this time.
Yep, finally got the Elise for themselves, so we'll have to see what Moon actually changes up to, because the jungle has been effectively pinched right now, leaving pretty much Nidalee and Graves for him, or an off-meta pick.
But that Karma did get through for Team Liquid Academy. Very strong support and a very good enabler for TLA. We'll see if Stunt can have the same sort of synergy that he had with Dardoch.
Yeah, so the reason that we're seeing so much priority on both Karma, Ashe, and even Sivir is because of the bot lane engage potential that you have with these champions, with a Vladimir, with a Swain. Because these two champions are so powerful, Vladimir and Swain, it actually ups the priority on the tools that allow them to actually cover their weakness. Vladimir's weakness is getting into the backline. Karma speeds him up. Ashe allows you to throw an arrow into the backline. Even Zyra stops people, disengages, and actually has an engage tool as well. So there's a lot of priority on these champions, and we're seeing it right now that this could be a poke, disengage, and also engage comp from TLA to enable whoever picks that Vladimir.
Yeah, there's the Ashe. Once again, enable Vladimir to do things and put out some damage. Nidalee is the final pick for Moon. Meanwhile, Apex, they've already locked in their top lane and support in that Gnar and Nami. Currently Jhin being covered.
Yeah, Jhin, Nami. Jhin actually has a lot of priority on him as well now. We actually haven't seen it in the NALCS too much. I don't think we have at all this split. But the reason that he's so high in priority now is his ultimate is an engage tool, right?
Yeah.
It's something that you can use to slow people down and have a long-range fight with them, or actually clean up a fight afterwards. So it gives you a lot of pick potential, and we've seen it paired with things like the Vladimir, but it also gives you an option to catch people out.
Yeah, and finally with some hard CC on Diamond Prox in that Elise could be more able to let someone like Shifter or Roar catch up from a distance.
Yes.
So that's the final pick in. Jhin locked down for Apex in our two compositions. One Vladimir-centric, one is going to be Shifter's Azir-centric as we get ready for this next set.
Yep, looking over at TLA on pinching the junglers, ending up getting Nidalee for themselves, so they don't have a CC jungler or mid laner. The top laner has a little bit of CC with his pillar. It's a good zoning tool, allows your spears to pretty much be almost 100% in terms of accuracy. You throw down the pillar, it's a very large slow zone, has a really good percentage on it as well, so just throw the spear and it's pretty much going to land. Then they have the Ashe, and they also have the Karma, and that's where your CC is coming from. That's where your engage is coming from, is that bottom lane here. So even if the bot lane gets behind, you still have that mid lane with all that damage to back you up.
Yeah, so we'll see if Apex can turn this into a win. They haven't had a win just yet, and this is pretty important for them. You've got to start taking a look at how they're feeling about this, because an 0-3 start in the Challenger Series probably doesn't feel great.
No, especially when you are all players that have professional experience, right? Even Roar, who was on a Janair squad a long time ago, ended up, not performing well in NA Challenger. I mean, how many AD carries have had that happen to him? I mean, OQ has had that happen to him. We've seen a lot of people come over here and not have as much success, which is sometimes a little strange.
It really sort of begs the question of people used to come to NA say, oh, it was the easier region. We want to get on a team and get to Worlds quick and easy. But now we've got best of threes in the regular summer split. We're seeing some very competitive matches. And even in the Challenger Series, we're seeing some competition.
The thing is people come over here, they're used to that just rigorous competition every day in solo queue. They get here and I think it's an underestimation of how quickly they acclimate to NA solo queue. It's like the Rush comes over here. He's like #1 in Korea. Comes over here. He's like, okay, I'm just messing around now. This is okay. So
we get first in solo queue in a week. Anyways, tweet at LOL Esports with hashtag TLA win or hashtag APP win. And let us know who you think is going to take it. Will Team Liquid Academy get their first 2-0, or will Apex finally be able to get one match win? It's week 2 and they haven't had one yet.
Yeah, and if this happens and they end up losing this one going into week 3, which is, by the way, where the halfway point for Challenger is, because you play 5 weeks, you play 10 games, and if you've lost 4 of them coming into that one, at midway point, you could lose half your games as Apex.
At best, it goes down to 6 and 4 if they were to win all of their games, and right now, that's looking a little bit difficult for Apex. So 30 seconds in, everyone roams out onto the map. Looks like the duos both head towards that bottom side. As Roar is going to look for some vision. The spear misses.
Oh!
5 gold.
Killed one of the spiders.
The spiderling.
That's my man, though. Killing spiders. That other one got away, though. That other one, oh, man.
Yeah.
It went away. Where's it?
It multiplied. Oh, yeah.
It's under my bed. I'm not sleeping tonight.
We lost it. We lost it.
Oh,
man.
Man, how many times does that happen?
So many YouTube videos.
So many. Well, in real life, too, it's like, I saw a spider, and it turned away to get something, and now it's gone.
And I guess I'm not sleeping tonight.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. The couch looks great tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll keep an eye on Diamond Prox as he gallops around the map.
Yep.
And
Diamond Prox
to chase around, very Huntsman spider-like.
No more.
As the lane swap is called. Now you remember.
Yes.
The lane swap is initiated by Team Liquid Academy, and once again, they're invading right on the spawn of this Krugs.
Same place.
Oh, but Diamond Prox is holding onto his smite this time.
There we go. Throw the Q.
Ooh, missed it.
Yep.
But Diamond Prox is not going to be starting his jungle at a deficit this time.
Yes, he learned. He ended up smiting it away.
He adapted. He adaptioned. Adaptation? He has shown adaption. That is a word. No, that is a word.
Adaption?
Yes, he has shown adaption. He has demonstrated he is capable of adapting.
Okay.
The passive verb of adapt.
Okay. I actually believe you. I think it might be. It's funny. I'm like, I believe you. I think it might be. I think it might be.
You sound so confident.
Yeah, it probably is. I've probably heard it before.
I appreciate your support. I would feel so awful if I were wrong.
Nah.
After this break, I need to
I'm probably wrong on this one, believe me.
Okay. So 3 minutes in, looks like once again we're starting off with a quick lane swap. Chris, again, forced to use the early teleport to shove out and catch that turret nice and quickly. Solo does not have to burn his teleport once again, so that could be an opportunity for some sort of early plays. And we'll have to keep an eye on that teleport to see if he's able to use it before the cooldown. But this time, it's actually Team Liquid Academy on the top side of the map. So we'll have to see if they go for another early dragon or if Apex try to take advantage of being on the bottom side of the map.
Yep, extra caster minion in that wave as well, so it'll end up pushing back and see if they can take advantage of that. This, though, may not be the cleanest bounce in the world, but it will still be a bounce.
Yeah, the wave is going to catch up. Solo's going to try to catch some CS as Roar and Conquan have recalled and are heading toward that side of the map. Moon is on that side as well, so he would be able to support his top laner if that were to happen. And in fact, Moon is just spotted as the Krug is going to waste some time of Apex Pride. So yeah, they know that Moon was on that side of the map, so not going to get a little too aggressive on this Solo. Fabi shoving on that bottom side as well. Try to deny that CS for Chris and build up a nice healthy wave to eventually crash into that bottom tier 1 turret for the follow-up shove.
I looked up adaption.
Oh god. Okay.
I love it because I put in adaption and it was like, did you mean adaptation? And then I looked at the dictionary definition and it's like, define, adaptation. I guess they're the same thing.
Okay.
Interchangeable, another version of it.
Adaption, adaptation.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So yeah, early game. See, that's the thing, is the early game, back and forth, the differences, not too much. They're just mirroring each other
Very
enough
minimal.
that we can find out the difference between adaptation and adaptation.
Yeah. And specifically,
There is
what they will need to do to make an adaptation. Now that sounds weird.
Yeah.
You ever say a word too many times?
That's called semantic satiation.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. It's where you say something so much that it loses meaning.
Bowl.
Bowl.
That's a tough one.
Bowl.
Yeah, when I was in computer science, actually, sometimes words just look weird. Like the word loop. L-O-O-P. It's just not a normal word. And whoa, thing happening. Team Liquid Academy taking the.
I was watching it the whole time. I was like, computer science.
I was stuck in my own brain. Sorry.
In a loop.
I was in a loop. Finally, it broke. Okay.
But yeah, sometimes words do look funny when you look at them and you're like, is that how you spell that? I've been spelling that my whole life. And my hand knows it because muscle memory knows more than my brain.
Yep.
And well, I guess if you want to be technical, then kind of the same. But my conscious memory is like, I don't know. And then that's why people like spell out stuff on their hand all the time in spelling bees. Muscle memory is a little bit better.
Yeah. Trust your brain. Your brain knows what's right.
Your body knows as well.
Now I've got my mind's telling me no.
Listen to your body. Go
in a spelling bee.
Go.
But my body is telling me to spell it L-O-O-P.
What word would you be spelling in the spelling bee that you would be like, I don't know.
I don't know. Dude, spelling bees are hard. Spelling words are really difficult. Okay, let's talk about League of Legends.
We are hired to talk, not spell.
Well, I mean, we couldn't tell the difference between adaptation and adaptation. We could talk about it.
Well, there was no difference, apparently.
Well, yeah, that's apparently it. Moon is going to eat a cocoon in the face. Flashes. He's getting out of there. No, he gets swooped. First blood shifter.
Yep. There's a difference in this game, though, from game one. Reverse. First blood goes on to Moon this time. Ends up dying, and that's first blood over to Shifter. And now TLA are caught.
Is snared. Here comes Golden Glue. He eats a stun, and in fact, he's going to get out. There's the Hemo Plague, and Team Liquid Academy might be able to turn this around. Fabi kills Diamond Prox. Chris teleported in as well. He's going to eat a lot of damage here, and it's going to end up being a 1-for-1 trade.
Yep, Golden Glue trying to get some HP and follow. And he gets just a little bit back there, but it is a 1-for-1. Both junglers end up dying at the end of the day. A little overextended there, but everybody's showing up to the bot lane there, except for Solo.
Well, he's doing his own thing.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. I mean, his name is very fitting.
He's got a solo act. All right, here's that once again. Moon, ooh, cocoon, meet face.
Through the trap as well, so got some time to react. Flashes to the left, not over the wall. It's a thick wall, so.
Yeah, from where he was, that's sort of a really difficult spot to flash.
Yeah, you could risk it, but it might just put you right on top of it. I'm pretty sure that you can, but almost gets stunned. Fabi blocks Shifter from following stun. That's what ended up saving his life. Is the Azir E, the shifting sands, will end up stopping you on the first person you hit, and Fabi blocked it.
Yep. using himself as a human shield for Mr. President's stunt, as blue buff has now spawned for Apex Pride, and Team Liquid Academy smart enough to ward it. Don't walk into Apex's trap. Team Liquid Academy still up by about 700 gold.
Yeah, and this is mostly just coming from CS, right? Mid lane, we actually have Fabi down in CS, but he's even in gold. But mid lane, oh, he's pretty even. Jungle up 200. Ah, it's that top lane. There we go. That's where that CS differential is. It's that 25 to 26 up there. So sitting on about pretty much the whole lead right there, 700 in favor of Solo. I don't know if this is a lead he can really leverage just yet, though. Yeah, especially since it's just gold in his pockets, no combat stats.
It's no combat stats just yet. Well, he does have the Tiamat to the Phage of Chris, so
yeah, about the same cost.
Even. Next Drake will be a Cloud Drake. That would be the second for Team Liquid Academy. Moon would love that to sneak around the jungle nice and quick. Even getting the Ether Wisp.
Whoa! All three pronunciations.
Oh, wow.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was the Team Liquid Academy approach. Just fire skill shots down mid lane. Eventually you'll hit the mark.
Yeah.
Except none of them did.
Say all of them like very quickly every time you say it.
Ether.
And then you're just like, all right, we're moving on.
Wisp.
Boom.
There's no...
One of them is right.
Which one is not like the others?
Yep. Sometimes I like to listen to the pronunciation of words that I'm not 100% on the pronunciation of, and I'm always fascinated because it's things like mana versus mana.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or decline.
Well, I feel like we're starting to finally get to a point where mana can be considered standard.
Yes.
If not proper.
Because enough people do it. Enough people use it. But the thing is there's two different words with two different pronunciations, right? M-A-N-N-A is mana.
Okay. And
just like it's Janna.
What is mana?
Mana is M-A-N-N-A, and it's the bread from the gods.
Oh, interesting.
And M-A-N-A is mana, and that's the casting force. That's what you use as a resource. So two different things. But regardless, there are some fun things, like most words that are DE are dis sounds as opposed to D sounds, so it's not like decline, descend, it's descend, decline. Anyway, we're done with the lesson for today.
Yeah.
Back to the league lesson.
That's like the Lamb's Respite versus Lamb's Respite.
They're both correct. It's just
they are.
English versus European pronunciation, or I guess UK pronunciation.
Yeah. And funnily enough, respite is the American pronunciation.
Yeah, which you wouldn't think.
Yeah.
We go really hard on a lot of things in our language. Our R's are really hard, and that's if...
Well, that's because we're a rhotic dialect of English.
Boom. Good job. Thank you. We're very hard on a lot of our... it's funny because we're hard on things like R's, but a lot of other consonants we skip over. Like even in the word consonants, I kind of put everything together instead of consonants.
Consonants. Yeah. Okay. We just heard we're going a little bit too far off the deep end.
Yeah. It's
we'll bring it back.
Just like that, I could talk about League of Legends for hours as well.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Solo continuing to shove on that top side. Still moderately ahead, 25 CS. He does opt for the Swifty Boots for more mobility, along with his teleport that is up. Cloud Drake spawns, and Team Liquid Academy once again first to the pit, and Apex Pride are in no position to counter it. Diamond Prox is on the other side of the map. They seem to be okay with giving up Drake after Drake.
And that's been a big problem for Apex, is they like to play the map in the lanes. They're a lane-focused team, and it gets them killed. But it might get them kills, too.
Solo getting very greedy, flashes forward, but doesn't have enough. Chris heals it back.
Yep, Chris ends up flashing out of the Hydra, I believe, there, which may have been enough to finish him off. The bite and then the Hydra. I don't even think he got the auto and the bite off for the auto attack reset. I think it was just Solo going for, I need to kill him, and went for just the chomp damage.
Bit of a greedy play from Solo, but that is going to let Chris catch up a bit in gold and CS on that top side. Along with some help from Diamond Prox, he's going to try to deny Solo as they shove it straight into the Tier 2 to deny that out. But here that is again.
Yeah, and seeing this is actually quite beneficial because Solo, he's up in gold. He knows it. He has the advantage. Follows it up. Stops the jump there is what it looks like. Actually just gets him just barely. And then he goes in. Flash, yeah. Oh! Yeah,
He did the Tiamat bite Tiamat instead of Tiamat bite.
He did the bite Tiamat, yeah.
Yeah, instead of animation canceling.
Yeah, because
bite.
there's a couple ways you can do it. If he is like literally a god, he could auto bite Tiamat, like auto interrupt his auto with a bite and then Tiamat. And
Yeah.
It'd be so fast though.
But that's like one of those desperation situations
And I
where
think,
it's
I think Chris flashed way too quick anyway.
Yeah.
Chris was slower than it would have worked, but Chris was a god.
in that.
We're
one
just throwing
play,
that around
yes,
all the time now.
In that one play.
I've called so many people gods in League of Legends that we almost have a Mount Olympus.
Yeah. What is your pantheon?
Man, have you
players?
seen how many gods there are on Olympus?
Oh yeah.
Everyone's a god. Or at least a son of one, or half. Regardless.
Yes. Well, bringing it back towards the game once again. 14.5 minutes in. Rift Herald. This time, it looks like Team Liquid Academy are going to be able to take it. Having some difficulty hitting the giant glowing eye as they're trying to juggle aggro. There they go. Finally get a good position. Though Diamond Prox is there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to put himself in the pit.
He doesn't have any smite. Arrow is going to hit Shifter. There's some damage. Tether is going to land. Moon is forced to flash out, and Diamond Prox kites it away. Stunt is still eating damage. Solo, again, overextended. Could be locked out. He is. Shifter tosses him back in, and Apex Pride get their third kill of the game.
Yeah, Apex are actually playing these little picks just better right now. That was Apex starting up the Rift Herald, and they got pushed off of it. But then they turned it around. Even though that arrow landed onto Shifter, he was able to execute the fight and the remainder part of it really well, chunking out Stunt, and ultimately getting a kill.
Oh, arrow. 1, 2, 2 bullets are going to hit Fabi. 2 out of 4, 50%. Generally good. But that was mostly to buy time for that mid-tier 1, which he does.
The sound effects on that skin are just so great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, they're, wasn't that the classic Jin sound effects?
No.
Because normally it doesn't do the, it's high noon, and the, or am I getting?
No, when he's spinning the gun around, normally it has like a,
Well, yeah.
and he's got the swagger walk, right? He's got the swagger walk still, but now it makes like a Western, like old Western sound.
Ah, the tumbleweeds.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Almost like a draw right before. And then his back, he has the
actual
piano.
rifle.
No, the piano.
Oh,
sound.
yeah. With alcohol on top of it. For
Nope.
shooting.
It's grape juice, man.
Sodas.
Grape juice.
Sodas on top for shooting.
Lots of sodies.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bringing it back. 16.5 minutes in. 3-1. Apex are in the lead against Team Liquid Academy, finally making some moves around the map.
Yep. And speaking about the Jin as well, like, we're seeing these guys make a lot of moves around the map. He's also got the Youmuu's Ghostblade now to give him extra movement speed and have that extra burst. So this is a build that we're seeing more and more, and people have been talking about AD carry itemization always feels really, really bad until you have 2-3 items. You have enough attack damage to supplement your crit, which is then supplemented by your attack speed. And you need all of that to really bring your build together. But this is looking at like a 2-item power spike here for a Jin and getting that Youmuu's Ghostblade. So he's really already online as an AD carry. You just have to be able to fight and start fights to kind of push it. Because when you use it, just the amount of gold efficiency it has and how many combat stats you have at that point, it's actually insane. So
once again, Team Liquid Academy prioritizing that Rift Herald. This is the third time this match they've started it. And again, they've got to shoot for it in the eye, get that bonus damage as much as possible. Apex Pride are in position. They could look
about
to
to reset
contest this. And Arrow, it turns out they're using it for a fight. Who needs Baron when you can force a fight with the Rift Herald? Diamond eats a slow. He's going to be caught up to, though. There's a tidal wave to force the disengage. It hits 3. Diamond is so low. He goes back in, but he's going to get out just barely. Heals it up. Moon is knocked back into the fight. Chris is going to get a kill onto Golden Glue, and Moon will fall on the side. 2 quick kills, Apex Pride.
yep, Golden Glue and Moon picked up on the side, and really good counter engage there from Apex. The ultimate comes down from Roar, and he's able to just kind of zone off and make everybody pay attention to him, where the rest of the team is actually being killed off on the side. Golden Glue, being Vladimir, still not able to heal up enough at this point in the game to become that gigantic wrecking ball, that big terror to the backline, and they were able to avoid him pretty easily.
Yeah, the mid-tier 2, in fact, has just been knocked down by Apex as they've taken more turrets in this game than they did in the previous one. And now Infernal Drake is about to spawn, and Apex are in position to take their first Drake of the series.
Yeah.
Team Liquid Academy, though, freshly respawned. Golden Glue's on his way, and Moon is as well, but there are 3 members burning through that Drake's health. Make that 4.
And there it is. It's the first one for Apex in the series, and it's the one that they want, because when you're ahead, Infernal's just going to help you snowball that lead. Let's take another look at that right here, because it was used as a bait. They use a lot on Diamondprox. Diamondprox eats the arrow, but then he repels it pretty much the same time, or at least as soon as he could afterwards, so Moon couldn't jump on him. And look what's going on the backside. Golden Glue, he's actually getting destroyed by Chris. He comes up too fast.
Ooh.
The boomerang was well timed, because that would have been a Crimson Rush on the Q, and he would have been able to actually get a lot of HP back. And Diamondprox caught again.
Ooh. This time with no flash, Fabi lands the arrow and nets a kill for Team Liquid Academy. The Mob Squad is able to pick off Diamondprox, but this time they decide not to go for the Rift Herald.
Yeah, every time it's kind of been disaster for them. Anytime they're around that area, when Apex started it and they walked in, it wasn't the greatest. But yep, that's
That Infernal Drake actually did go over to Apex, not Team Liquid Academy.
But I mean, given the trend of this series, you would think.
Yeah. Well, Apex are bucking the trend. They are evolving. They are adapting.
Stop it. But yeah. Anyway, Golden Glue, he got towards that backline, but Chris just 1v1'd him on the side, pushed him all the way out. Was rather impressive, because it was the correct thing to do 100%, because Golden Glue had the Proto Belt, he had Ultimate, which he had to blow on one person, and then the really well-timed Boomerang, because he would have been Crimson Rush into his Ultimate going off, giving him a ton of HP back.
Mm-hmm. And that's now the Spirit Visage completed for Golden Glue, so he will be able to heal up a lot more in these fights and be even more difficult to kill. Still no Grievous Wounds yet out of Apex Pride.
Ooh. Yeah, baby. Roar going for the Duskblade second.
Oh, wow.
It's the armor penetration build that I've been seeing a lot of. Misfortunes do it.
Yeah.
Some people pretty much say if you're ahead even in CS or ahead in CS or in kills, you go from Youmuu's into Duskblade, because you have the penetration on top of each other, and then you can go Black Cleaver. But for Jhin, it's not that great. For Misfortune, you have your pick of the litter.
Yeah, the Black Cleaver is just so strong with her ultimate.
Yeah.
The bullet time.
Yeah. But
what time is it? It's bullet time. But again, that Duskblade, we'll see if he decides to opt for a Maul of Malmortius for stacking even more armor penetration afterwards.
He might, especially since it's a Vladimir, a Karma, and also an Italy, so it could very well be so. He is lacking in the crit department, though, but for Jhin, you do get an auto crit.
Solo might have overextended once again. There's the Youmuu's. Roar is going to fire out his shots, and Solo does not stand a chance. Roar shreds through that low armor health on Solo. Only a Glacial Shroud, and even that's not enough.
Yep. This build is quite scary. Does a lot more damage than you would think coming from a Jhin this early on in the game. Normally, he's sitting on something like, oh, I got IE first, and he's relying on crits. He doesn't rely on crits with this build. Pretty much every auto is a crit.
Yeah. Arrow down the mid lane, hits Shifter. There's a Hemoplague. They've got to try to burst him down before he can get out. The arrow from Fabi goes cross map and nets a kill.
Yeah, he would have been dead a little bit faster than that, but there was a minion right in front of him that Moon threw a spear at, and then hitting him. It's body blocking for him. Trying to clear out the minion wave here is what it looks like.
Now the curtain has been called. Stun takes some big damage, but looks like the turret is the priority. Roar not able to clear out the minions in time, and the tier 1 goes down without the support of Shifter to keep it standing. Chris looking for a flank, but just not able to make it there in time.
Ouch, though. Watching that, that was a 522 crit onto the Karma with the last hit of the ultimate there. The last hit of the ultimate is pretty much like your passive, right? The 4th shot, it's going to be a crit. It's going to do a lot of damage based on missing HP, but he was near full HP.
Yeah.
If stunt was like 3/4, even half HP, maybe that would have killed him.
Very scary. You can see he's now picked up an Aegis of the Legion. Aegis of the Legion to keep his team safe with Magic Resist. Eventually he'll be turning that into a Locket. Solo once again, split pushing on the side of the map. Not going to fall for any sort of pressure or ganks from Diamondprox this time around. Ooh, they're fighting over the wards. Yeah, he's able to toss the attack in time and clear it out. Golden Glue splitting. going now for the Fiendish Codex. I presume that's eventually going to be turned into a Zhonya's. Just to give even more sustain to the already tanky and healthy Vladimir before he starts looking for additional ability power. And Team Liquid Academy are starting to press forward with this vision, using some very coordinated team play to try to collapse on this top lane. The arrow goes out. Oh, let it just a little bit too much. Roar is going to flash. There's a follow-up, but he makes it under his turret. They could try to look for this tier 2, though.
Yeah, has to blow both summoners there. Gets one out of stunt, though. But that's going to be a very low mobility AD carry without his mobility summoners.
Yeah, and with Ocean Drake spawning in 30 seconds, that could be Team Liquid Academy's next big target. It looks like Apex Pride are trying to collapse on this, though. Diamond Prox is going to eat a spear. Cocoon finds stunt. There's no follow-up just yet. Conquan's trying to catch up. Shifter.
Well, they at least push them all the way around, so now they have the inside track on mid lane, and they can push that.
Yeah,
and
looking
just
now.
board up the jungle.
Roar, with no escape summoners, is going to press forward with his team, and Fabi finally makes it to the inhibitor turret to catch the minion wave. So good maneuvering from Apex Pride. Matches Team Liquid Academy. That Ocean Drake has now spawned, and Apex Pride are the ones who've got the inside track to it.
Yeah, but TLA, they're pinging the Baron already. Oh, they don't see that ward, though. Stunt's trinket actually fell off right before. Now, you have to rely on how fast can you actually do this. They're coming across the map now. Every game, Apex
arrow
lost to the Baron.
Shifter solo goes in. Can they drop him in time? He's almost certainly going to die to the Hemoplague. He drops a double kill, in fact, for Golden Glue. And Apex have lost 2 members. And Team Liquid Academy are still fine.
Again, if you want to beat Apex, you go to Baron, and you're going to win the team fight. They just seem all out of sorts every time they all group up as 5. Chris, he's looking for an ultimate, but he's about to turn mini, and now TLA engage.
Yeah, Roar has been caught. He is going to drop. Golden Glue doesn't even use the Tides of Blood. Finally catches up. They pick up their 3rd kill. Chris is kiting it out as best he can, but it's 5 versus 2 right now. And Team Liquid Academy, once again, they're going to try to bait out this Baron.
Apex, up in turrets, up in kills, up in gold, and then TLA go to Baron. Same story. I feel like a broken record whenever this team is being cast on Apex side.
Yeah, they're now looking for the inhib. Conquan has caught back up. Golden Glue heals up quite a bit. This is Diamond Proc going to be looking for it. He's able to get 1 kill.
Chris
has the ultimate. He jumps in. He only catches 1. The Baron's down to 2,000, and Apex have gotten too greedy. They've bitten off way more than they can chew. Diamond Proc's gonna try to finish this off, but Solo has killed Chris. The Baron is so low, and he's finally going to be shut down. An ace for Apex Pride, and they get the Baron.
That Baron fight lasted so long that Shifter got to respawn, walk back, and then rejoin the fight. So Apex actually come out on top and get themselves a Baron. Contrary to what I was saying,
yeah,
it took way too long for TLA to actually close that Baron out, so now this is going to be an inhibitor turret for Apex.
Yeah, might be an inhibitor as well. It's a pretty big minion wave, and only just now is Moon and Golden Glue spawning. It looks like Apex Pride aren't going to take their chances. They take the turret and head over towards that, what looks to be a free dragon, as Team Liquid Academy can't quite contest this. And Apex Pride, they are finally in the driver's seat in the mid to late game.
Yeah. Thing is, it's 27 minutes in, right? It feels like a longer game, but they're up 3,000 gold at this point, and it's looking better for them because of that, right? They ended up having a little bit of a slip in that first fight. Second fight went their way completely because they're taking so much damage here. Look at the HP on Baron. It's so healthy right now, and Moon is low. Stunt is low. They're all low. Chris is just hanging off on the side, and Diamond Prox, I believe he throws in a spider. Yeah, there goes the spider right into the backline. Hits stun and does a lot of damage to Fabi as well. And now Chris is just trying to get it. The cocoon lands onto Golden Glue, so Golden Glue can't actually use his Q there, which causes him to die. Drop aggro. Moon has to jump out the back and takes a spike from Baron, which is going to do a lot of damage to him and finish him off, especially since they were tanking it for so long. When you tank it, it starts shredding your resistances, makes you take more damage from him.
Yeah.
And that was important. I think Diamond Prox pretty much won that fight for them. The spider for the kill on stunt, and then the cocoon to stop Golden Glue from actually using his Q and transfusion to get a big heal.
That's going to allow Apex to now push towards this top tier 2 turret. They've got a large wave of minions with the Baron buff. And they could be looking to break it down. The spears are being tossed left and right, but that is so many minions. And finally, they're going to be able to clear the wave, but the turret has already been claimed by Apex Pride. As finally, they're able to take control in this game. Very close fight.
What's that orange dot hanging around him?
He was recently taken damage, which means if Jin lands a snare.
Uh,
Oh well, I guess that should have fallen off by then. Probably just a visual spectator bug.
It's got a personal son.
That's not a Runaan's on Vlad. Wait a second.
It's got a heater.
Personal son. Now it looks like Apex Pride head down towards that bottom tier 2 turret. Set down a quick Sun Disc in the mid lane to buy time and prep the next wave. As Solo splitting on the opposite side of the map, going to be a little late to react. The tier 2 is going to go down with no answer from Team Liquid Academy. Again, Apex do still have that Infernal Drake. So it's 2-2 in Drakes. 2 Cloud versus Ocean Infernal. So they're still able to get some good damage in these fights.
See there, Apex picking up their own as the overlay changes to Infernal for them. And TLA, 2 Cloud, and Ocean, like you said. Clearing out the Sun Disc, but now Baron buff pretty much coming off. And TLA can finally start doing more in this game for themselves. I don't expect them to kind of roll over. I expect them to start making plays with the Vladimir and abusing his tankiness if they find the right fight. But Chris is really tanky right now. If he gets the right ultimate again, GA comes out for Diamond procs, and Shifter is becoming harder and harder to reach every second.
Oh, the arrow misses Diamond. He comes back down, and they have to let him go once the rest of Apex Pride show up. So a very good play from Team Liquid Academy to attempt to go for the kill, but Apex Pride are able to respond correctly this time.
And now it's just a shove down the mid lane here, which I think is great. I think you Siege as this composition, you know the Ashe arrow is down. Granted, he does have Essence Reaver, so it's a relatively short cooldown, but now is your time to really Siege. Get Chris some rage, make sure that he's getting it and getting close to the Mega Gnar. You have a Jin, you have an open inhibitor, and you have all of the sieging tools that you need with the Azir.
Yeah, there's a lot of poke coming out of Team Liquid Academy. Oh man, there's the pillar.
Almost
Shifter
landed the spear, but not quite.
Not quite going to eat it. Chris now in Mega Gnar form. This is
flash.
the time that they look for it.
Chris has flash. If he's able to catch even the AD carry, he's going to go for it.
The inhibitor's finally going to go down. Golden Glue goes in. He dropped the Hemoplague Proto Belt. Chris is separated from his team, and so too is Golden Glue. And I think Golden Glue likes that
arrow
more than he does the arrow. Finds Chris. That's still the tank, though. No pillar to follow it up. There's Golden Glue healing up. He's got the Blood Rush.
Whew.
And Apex are able to kite it out after taking the inhib.
Yeah, a lot of healing came through there for Golden Glue. Golden Glue in the back line doing so much damage to everybody, but it was just the follow-up engage. That Ashe arrow was a little bit late because it was coming off of cooldown. He used it as soon as he could, and then the engage from Stunt kind of deterred there from Apex. Good Nami wave as well.
Yeah, very good disengage as Apex are able to successfully escape and recoup and recover. Now 4,000 gold ahead of Team Liquid Academy. They've taken that mid inhib. Could look for more as they finally could be getting control of the map. Now Baron is up in 1 minute. Team Liquid Academy already prepped on that side of the map, getting some early recalls. Next Drake will be an Infernal spawning in a minute as well on the opposite side. So we could see some split map plays with double teleport on both of those side laners.
It's possible it would be the goal, but you really want Golden Glue to have great avenues into these fights. So you have to have TP flank wards, which is the big thing here. You need those wards to get him into this fight and get him in a good position.
Team Liquid Academy have got tons of wards around the Baron right now, plus a few deep wards in their own jungle, whereas Apex have got a line of wards across Team Liquid Academy's side of the map. They are more interested in knowing where Team Liquid Academy are rather than looking for a play in one specific location. Though Golden Glue looks for Chris. He's actually going to catch him with a bit of damage, but no Run Lies means it's very difficult to lock down that Gnar.
Yeah, he's also got a decent amount of magic resist now.
Oh, he actually teleported in. He's looking to collapse with his team. Curtain Call is going to find some damage.
Chris doesn't have Meganar though, and Golden Glue is just waiting for them to actually try and fight in this choke point.
Yeah, this is a very wacky place to fight. Chris burns the teleport looking for a fight. Team Liquid Academy just retreat to their jungle.
So Apex are going to try to two-man the Infernal Drake right now with both Diamond Prox and Shifter. And that'll be TLA's cue to try and get up here as soon as possible. The Drakes are squishy. Drakes go down very quickly. And it's going to be Apex picking up their second Infernal of the game.
Yeah, the third Drake for Apex. Chris now has Meganar. He's going to be able to chase forward. No flash, though. He could just look to break down the mid lane and deny the Baron attempt from Team Liquid Academy. Once again, just brute forcing Team Liquid Academy into a bad position on the map to try to reclaim some pressure. Golden Glue's over the wall. He can't hop over it with that Proto Belt. Does not have enough leap range.
Yeah, it doesn't get you over terrain, I believe.
Yeah. However, they do still have that Scuttle Crab, so they will see if Apex Pride decide to try for that dragon. There is a wave splitting on the bottom side of the map, building up for Apex, so they do have split map pressure. You can see Coach Solo's going to answer it right now.
Yep, got to pick up this gigantic wave for himself, and he's gone Frozen Heart both games. You know, sometimes you see the Iceborne Gauntlet come out for the Trundle for the split push, but he's all focused on trying to slow down the attack speed of the Azir as well, and now they're trying to do it over the wall here. Yeah. Spotted out.
Scuttle Crab actually doesn't give vision inside of the Baron Pit itself, so that was a clever play to try to sneak in. But
Hawk shot.
Hawk shot. Saving that blue trinket for Fabi, so we still would be able to see anything else. And now looks like that Baron has been able to survive for quite some time. Elder Dragon is going to be the next big dragon to spawn on the map. Apex Pride could definitely use it to help close out this match, because right now Team Liquid Academy are so quick around the map with those two Cloud Drakes, able to position and not give up too much whenever Apex Pride make an aggressive play.
Yeah, and now you can see TLA starting to tickle just a little bit. They need more items in their tank. Hanging out. They are spotted, though.
Arrow is going to miss.
Yep, spotted by the Sweeper. The Sweeper will show that outline.
Oh, Flash Cocoon finds Moon. There goes a tidal wave. Solo's in the front. Golden Glue is going to get some good damage onto the tanks. Chris leaps in. He's going to find a huge stun. Stuntopolis is going to get out of the back. Golden Glue is chasing Shifter down. Flashes for the kill. He's going to secure it. Chris stuns Moon over the wall, but Fabi is kiting around as best he can. And that's actually going to be Diamond Prox looking for the execution. Does not find it. And Team Liquid Academy, once again, so strong in the team fights. It's 1 for 2. Golden Glue kites it forward. He's looking for Chris now. The slow applies. He's not quite going to be able to lock this down, but that's, again, 1 for 2 Favefarer of TLA.
Yep. Golden Glue able to wreak havoc in the back, and it ended up coming up big there, able to actually push Shifter off. Shifter missed his ultimate. It didn't shove Golden Glue back, able to actually use the pool in time and kind of edge around the side. So well played there by Golden Glue to get in the back line and cause all of that damage to just be focused on him as we see this again. Botched engage with the arrow. And then the follow-up, and Moon eats the cocoon. Ultimate comes out, he eats a shot. And now he starts focusing stunt with his shots. And off on the right side, really good ultimate there. Doesn't stun up stun, I believe. And then he ends up getting out. There's the ultimate, but you can see Golden Glue still chasing, not having to blow his flash to get over the wall. If he had to blow it to get over that wall, then Shifter would have gotten away because he had the use of his own. That had to be used to actually close that distance to get the Tides of Blood right on him.
Yeah, Golden Glue and Solo being very aggressive in Team Liquid Academy. Once again, trying to use Apex Pride's weakness against them as they look for the Baron. Arrow is in fact going to hit Conquan, and oh wow, Diamond Prox goes to the ward instead of straight down. He's able to escape.
He's just like, okay, it was planned all along, you know? We don't have to hit the jungler. But yeah, ideally, they want to hit Diamond Prox. This GA is currently down, and they want to be able to actually pick him up so that the Baron has less of a chance of being stolen.
Yeah. Apex Pride able to take their first Baron. Ooh, off of a mistake from Team Liquid Academy, overstaying their welcome. They're not going to make that mistake 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Well, we hope.
You hope. Ardent Sensor picked up for stun. It's an item that we had not seen a lot of in the past, but Karma loves it.
Diamondprox has no flash. He goes up and down, and he's going to drop right away.
Ooh.
Golden Glue takes a bit of damage, but he's okay with that.
Yeah, it might have been one of those smart casts where you end up hitting it, because if you hit E when you come up and you have your mouse over something, it'll immediately put you back down on top of it.
On the target, yeah.
Yeah. So normally you think you have to hit E twice. Nope. that turret really wants Solo.
Yeah, Solo's got a laser pointer on his head, and that's something he's okay with. Drops the Pillar of Filth. Shifter goes over the wall. There's a big hemo play. Chris is trying to kite it out as the tank. Gets some good damage. Roar is split on the side, and he's able to kite it out with the help from Conquan. There's another pillar. Spear's going to land onto Chris. There's a lot of damage being dished out. Finally, Shifter is going to go down, but Moon stays alive. Golden Glue and Solo are doing what they can. The curtain call is not going to be able to find too much. I think Solo should be fine taking the last hit.
Whew. Yeah, completely fine. I'm surprised he didn't go after Golden Glue there, but Golden Glue had to use his pool when it came up. TP coming through, though, and they're going to try to collapse on it.
Yeah, Chris at full health. TP's in with the home guard. Could have been looking for a flank, but with no flash, he's locked down by Apex. Free kill for Team Liquid Academy. 2 members of Apex dead. Diamondprox has actually had enough time to respawn, and this is looking pretty similar to the fight we saw at the last Baron.
Yeah, and the question is, how quickly do they do it this time, and can Diamondprox steal? But Golden Glue, he's been hanging out here with no health.
Oh, drops the Zonias. He's going to be able to Hemo Plague. No, he gets cocooned before he can activate it.
I don't think he even has it. It's coming off of cooldown like right now. There it goes. It just came off of cooldown. So he just used his Q, and that's all he had. I don't know why he's hanging out there, especially since the guy has TP.
Very confusing play from Golden Glue. That means Team Liquid Academy cannot take the Baron, and they back away, and it resets. Elder Dragon has spawned on the opposite side of the map, but here's that fight once again.
Yep, comes through. Chris, this is interesting because Chris kind of panics and uses his E to get over the wall and get a little bit to the right more. But if he had saved it, you see this bubble comes out right after. See, he hops here to get over the pillar. Bubble comes out, hits 3. If he hadn't have hopped, he maybe could have thrown 3 people into the wall there using his hop on that top side of the map, and then it would have been a much better combination.
Yeah, there's the final curtain call. They
there
actually missed the lineup right here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, though. He actually couldn't have gone after Golden Glue there. Golden Glue had 1 hit with a missing HP one, but still able to get out, and then he had to run up, and then he didn't back or TP back in, waiting for his cooldowns. Just a little bit late on that, though.
Just a bit too much. Another spear gets tossed out as Team Liquid Academy are looking to break Apex with this poke. Eventually try to close this out. We're pretty deep into the late game now, 41 minutes in. 1 fight could determine it.
Yeah, very much so. I think that 1 fight pretty much will be the end of the game.
Oh, there's the arrow. It's actually going to catch Roar. He cleanses on the back side of it. Golden Glue's deep with a 4-man Hemo Plague. He's going to eat a lot and heal it right back up. That's going to be 1 member going down. Solo drops right away. It's 4 versus 5. Diamondprox is his GA back up. Curtain call is going to find Stunt. He's going to eat a lot. Flashes to the initial damage. Golden Glue goes back in. He's able to pick up 1. Chris is going to eat a lot more as it's traded. Again, Diamondprox is overextended. He's going to drop to Moon. It's even in kills, but Team Liquid Academy are getting the better of these fights.
Yeah, it actually ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of TLA, and TLA start looking at the Baron once again. Same story about this game, trying to get this Baron down.
Yeah, that poor Baron Nashor. He must be loving being the center of attention this time around. Here comes the rest of Apex Pride. Roar is spotted. He's going to toss out a quick trap, but the Baron is finally secured by Team Liquid Academy.
And they finally get much closer in that gold. And we're going to see now they have pushing power. Elder Dragon on the table. You can't really do it right now if you're Apex because you don't have Diamondprox. And he would be your smite. He would be your secure. So they didn't even have an option of kind of countering and picking up their own, or even clearing out the vision on it, because it does have a pink ward on it right now for TLA.
That Elder Dragon could be huge, and vision has been so instrumental to Team Liquid Academy over the course of this match, allowing them to fire off these arrows and look for picks time and time again, and Apex Pride have not been having a very successful time dealing with that.
Yeah, if you look at this game, too, those arrows are being fired off by Fabi. He's only missed out on 2 kills. Stunt hasn't missed out on a single kill and an assist.
Of an arrow. Oh.
Yep. Turret goes down, though. Now inside track onto the Elder Dragon if they want it, or they can start shoving out that bottom wave and get that tier 2, the last tier 2 for TLA to take.
Yeah, they are now currently heading back towards the mid lane. Diamondprox looking for the flank. Pillar of Filth is going to knock up Conquan, but again, without the arrow, they can't really lock anyone down. They do have the fast track to the Elder Dragon. They could try to force a fight on Apex's one weakness, those large epic monsters. But for now, it seems like they're content to just trade out the poke.
Oh. Doesn't catch the boomerang on the way back. Actually, I don't know what it is on that skin. Is that a chair?
I think it is.
I think he's throwing a folding chair.
I haven't seen too much of that skin. Team Liquid Academy, though, are going to start out on the Elder Dragon. Not a lot of chairs going to be thrown over here.
Oh,
it's taking a little while to do this. Apex Pride are going to collapse while this is still going on. 4,000 health, and they turn it around into a fight, turning onto Diamondprox. Solo gets deep in. Shifter is just chunked out, and Solo gets knocked back with the divide. Golden Glue is going to get some damage with Fabi. They drop one and continue to kite forward. He chases onto Conquan. Flash is going to be used. A double kill for Fabi. That's 2 members dead. The Sundisc tries to dissuade any chase, but it's just not enough. Team Liquid Academy are huge, and despite an enormous stun, they are only going to be able to get 1 kill, but it's 2 members of Apex alive versus 4 of TLA.
Yeah, the stun there, ending up picking up stunt because he had turret aggro, and TLA collapsed. They didn't even want the Elder Dragon, apparently. They only wanted the fight, and that's what they did with Baron multiple times. That's what they've done with the Elder Dragon, and it's actually quite reminiscent of the way that TL has been playing lately in the LCS. You can tell that these teams probably play against each other pretty regularly because the Baron baits seem to be the MO.
Yeah, that top inhibitor goes down right quick. The inhibitor follows just behind it a few seconds later. This is a large wave of minions. Shifter is going to try to clear through it, but he eats an arrow on cooldown, hops over the back to get out. There's a tidal wave, but Golden Glue is trying to drop Roar. He's burning down. Finally is going to drop to a 1,400 crit, and this is actually Team Liquid Academy who are dying. 4 of them are dead.
Just ripping through them there. Roar comes up huge because Golden Glue extends too far forward, and then he ends up picking up on the backside. Apex now, they could get the Elder Dragon, no problem. They could shove out the wave down the mid lane, get the inhibitor. There's 40 seconds on Golden Glue right now, 35 on Fabi. They might be able to get the game.
They're escorting forward. They don't have any minions catching up quite yet. Apex Pride are charging for this inhib. 30 seconds before Fabi, Golden Glue, and Boone are going to be back up. The inhib is shredded by Roar.
He's got a 900 crit on that inhibitor.
Oh, there's a teleport coming in as well. This is going to be Chris looking to turn it around. He slams into Solo, but Solo dodges the initial brunt of the damage. Roar is exhausted. Nexus turret number 1 goes down. Stun is forced to back out. He's going to survive, but only barely. The Nexus is bare, and Apex Pride drop the Nexus. They're going to be able to take game number 2, their first win of the Challenger split.
Their first win in the Challenger split right now, and that's incredibly important because momentum needs to come through for the next week. Coming into week 3 and saying, we haven't won a single game, that's very demoralizing as a team, and you can't even say, like I said before, that, we played the hard teams. It's like Nova's a team that maybe they're really good, but they don't have the same type of caliber on their team in terms of individual talent that we've been seeing in like TLA, in Apex themselves, and in Cloud9 Challengers. So it's pretty stacked right now.
Yeah.
Good that they picked up their first win, but that also leaves Team Liquid Academy at 2-2 right now, only splitting series at the moment, not being able to have a dominant victory. But I think that they played 2 of the strongest squads already.
Yeah, they did play some of those bigger teams from what we were expecting. Got to feel pretty good for the morale. But continuing on this for Apex Pride, getting the morale boost win, finally able to take it in that 50-minute match as their Nexus is being shoved. They're finally able to come back.
Yeah, I think that it's a really back and forth thing. Their Nexus was being like basically almost destroyed at that point. It's not like super close, like a backdoor or anything like that, or like a rush. It was really overextended, greedy. Death timers were coming back up, and honestly, a big throw there by TLA because they overstayed and they didn't know their limits, or they went for the greedy play as well.
Yeah, that really seems like the theme of what happened with Team Liquid Academy. Bait the Baron, look for a fight, and then if you do get a successful fight, try to take the Baron, try to take something afterwards. But they allowed themselves to make mistakes with that multiple times.
Yeah, I think that they ended up having some success with it in this game just a little bit.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
We saw a team fight end up going the way of Apex. Eventually, a very long Baron team fight. And then we saw both teams actually pick up a Baron in this, and both teams pick up some Dragons, right? Back and forth. So the trading of objectives and the baiting of objectives was pretty good by both squads, but we saw at least one time for each one that it didn't work out, and it really hurt them.
Yeah, so there definitely is still a lot that both of these teams can improve upon. Team Liquid Academy, again, having already played two of the arguably top teams from what people expected. Well, now they're going up against some of the more, what people think might be the middle tier teams in this Challengers series. They looked very strong in this series, despite that loss as well.
Yeah, it just seemed like the way that TLA was going to close these games out was by trying to bait the Baron. And we saw a little bit of a bad habit here in the shot calling of TLA.
Yeah.
Was they brought Moon in, so they lost the Dardoch calls that they had last week. And we were seeing a little bit different things here. The nuances are at the Baron. We saw them stay and knew that their damage wasn't high enough, that they were going to get collapsed on again, and they risked it. That's the thing, is they risked it in a very low probability scenario to try and get that Baron, and then they did the same thing with the Nexus. So they did it twice in this game, and both times it failed, and both times it put Apex back in the game.
Yeah, I think at one point in the game, I was like, there's no way they're going to make the second mistake back-to-back. And then they ended up losing that series. But we've got some more league action coming your way with Game 2 between Enix and Cloud9 Challenger. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Every game,
the
Apex
arrow
lost
hits
to the Baron.
Shifter, Solo goes in. Can they drop him in time? He's almost certainly going to die to the Hemoblake. He drops a double kill, in fact, for Golden Glue.
Chris
has the ultimate. He jumps in. He only catches one. The Baron's down to 2,000, and Apex have gotten too greedy. They've bitten off way more than they can chew. Diamond Prox is going to try to finish this off, but Solo has killed Chris. The Baron is so low, and he's finally going to be shut down. Chris leaps in. He's going to find a huge stun. Stuntopolis is going to get out of the back. Golden Glue is chasing Shifter down. Flashes for the kill. This is going to be Chris looking to turn it around. He slams into Solo, but Solo dodges the initial brunt of the damage. Roar is exhausted. Nexus turret number 1 goes down. Stun is forced to back out. He's going to survive, but only barely. The Nexus is bare.